So all you need today is your longest stretch strap. I've got one that has a bit of elasticity to it. Not ideal. If you have one that doesn't have stretch to it, it works better. But go ahead and grab that. Relax your shoulders down. Find yourself a little bit wider than sits bones and just start your little rocking back and forth. Little engagement through the abs. Start that inhale nose, exhale mouth. And just find that focus of your foot connected to the floor. We're just going to shoulder roll. So we're going to go protraction, elevation, retraction, and depression. And those are the 4 movements of the shoulder blade. Then they also outwardly and inwardly rotate. So as you do that, you should also feel as you drop your elbow down and your pinky down, that your shoulder blade actually tucks down into your back pocket a little bit more. See if you can kind of sense that as you're doing the roll. That's the last little thing. So if I do my rolls and I keep my elbows out here, I won't get that extra little tuck down. So try and tuck those elbows down and away, and then go the other direction. So as they flare out, you'll get an outward rotation as well as the other 2 movements. And then as you drop your elbows down, those shoulder blades will go downward. Beautiful. So from here, just bring it so it's just at shoulder height, right out from the ears, and then back down. So we're inhale up, exhale down, just to start that mobility. Now, when you get up here, if it feels tight already, hold that band longer so that you can, on this one, go all the way around. And then I just like to turn my wrists at the bottom and then press, rotate them, bring them all the way back. So as you're doing this, if you notice one shoulder, then the other kind of clunks, open up your band long enough that it's just nice and smooth, that the movement is just flowing. Now back here, keep it back here, and just kind of pull. So I've got one hand overhand grip, one hand and underhand facing forward, and I'm just going to pull that up, and then bring it down, and then switch the hands and pull it up. And I'm just looking for a little bit of tricep stretch behind my back. So I'm just bending the elbow and pulling up on it. I'm just kind of tucking that up and bringing it down, then bending the elbow and lifting up. And just see if there's a difference between left and right, as we just get a little bit of internal rotation happening in that shoulder. So right here, there's an internal rotation as I pull my palm down and pull up on the shoulder. We don't really pay attention really that much to internal rotation, but it's actually quite important. See if you can free up that movement a bit. Now go ahead and take it all the way over the headline, and let's peel it down to our hands to our quads. Find yourself coming down and then untuck the tailbone. You're in a squat position but supported. So from here, round the spine, hollow out, angry cat and standing. Inhale, push that tailbone out, and we're lengthening. If you're okay going past neutral and getting a little bit of cow, go ahead. And then exhale through neutral into round. And inhale and lengthen. 2 more. Round as you come up a bit. Inhale as you lengthen. 1 more time. Round as you come up. Inhale as you lengthen. And then just find neutral. So we're just going to clock just the pelvis. So I want you to tuck the tailbone under just a little bit and then untuck. So it's not huge, really isolated movement. Really think of bringing the ribs closer to the hips on the tuck or supported pelvis or rounded or flexion. And think of pushing it away. It's an archy sensation. It's an extended sensation. And then on the last one, roll it all the way up. Bring that band up and over it goes. Rotate the palms. Find yourself in your squat position. Keep your hands just reaching down to start with as you do a couple squats. Inhale, exhale. And then when that feels good, push those arms. Now, as we push the arms forward, we tend to roll. I want you to put a brick wall in front of your chest and move the legs. Yes. Exhale down, inhale up. Let's go for 4. Take a peekaboo at your knees and watch as you're kind of squatting down, you're not collapsing the knees, that you're pushing out a little bit on the knee joint without sickling the ankle to feel some power into the glute on the side. Go 1 more time. Now stay here. Lower and lift the arms. So I'm staying in my squat. I'm going to exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Now how low you can go here underneath your legs depends on the length of your arms. So if you get stuck on your butt, don't worry about it. Try and get your booty back. Let's go 3 more. So instead of knees forward, booty back. And 2, getting that shoulder extension. Last 1, keeping the squat, come all the way around, roll it, either hands on shins, quads, or down to the floor if you're okay. Send those legs to straight, look through your legs, and wiggle here a little bit. So I'm just very passively rocking back and forth. Again, too much in the hamstrings, just bend those knees, or bring your hands to your shins or to your quad. Bend the knees, slowly come up, roll those shoulders, give everything a nice little wiggle, and bring your hands in closer in an underhand grip. Hold that about waistline difference, and then I just want you to rotate without the pelvis going, so think of pulling back with the opposite hip, nice and strong, and then bring it back to center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. Now on this one, when you rotate, take that back hand, take a peekaboo out the corner of your eye and go a little bit farther without your pelvis going. And then bring it back. So exhale, rotate, inhale, hold it. Exhale, give me a little bit more. Inhale, bring it center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, keep it nice and tall. Exhale, give me a little more rotation. And bring it back. Last time. Rotate, hold. Give me a smidgen more, bring it back. Now we're gonna rotate and then give a little bit of flexion. Stack the spine to tall and de-rotate. Go again, rotate, and then that little bit of flexion, reaching out, stack to tall, bring it up. Have that band nice and wide. Keep your feet about sits bones, and let's get the arms reaching to the sky. Again, in a position you can drop the shoulders down and away and really think of length. So just tick-tock to one side. So I'm not leaning my pelvis at all, just the waistline, and then tick-tock up. And then tick-tock the other direction. So we're just getting those obliques stretched out. We're opening up the rib cage in lateral, which just stretches out all those side muscles. Bring it up. One more time each way. Press it down. Use your obliques to pull it up. Now on this one, stay in the down. Pull a little bit down on that hand. Look to the floor. Once you've got that little pull happening, push your pelvis out a bit. Now you might have to bend the knees. That's fine. And then breathe here. Drop that hand and give me some circles. Nice little inhale, exhale as you circle. Then when you're ready, circle the other way. Hello. And then grab that hand, use your obliques, and pull yourself up. Settle your shoulders. Go again, over to the other side. Pull it perpendicular to the floor. Reach it a little farther. Pull down on that hand, and if you're okay, sink the hips away. Looking down, couple good inhales, exhales. Really breathe big, you guys. Inhale. Now let that hand go. Give me a few little circles one way. And a few little circles the other. Grab that, use your oblique line to pull yourself up, and then bring that band down, give those shoulders a little roll. Go ahead and put that band at the end of your mat or your strap, and start at the other end of your mat. And let's just roll down into our cat position. So peel it down vertebrae by vertebrae, bend your knees, hips, ankles, and walk it out to cat. In 4, 3, all the way out on 2 and 1. Go to your blankie. Off you go. Find your 4-point stance, and I just want you to do some sternum drops. So neutral spine, neutral pelvis. You're not tucked, but you're not in this big cow. You're just nice and neutral. Lower through your scapula and push away. Inhale down, exhale press. So you're just finding that nice movement through the scaps. Inhale and exhale. Now on this last one, stay in the pressed away, and I just want you to curl your toes under. Take the time to get those toes curled under if you have the flexibility there. Careful, bunions and arthritis, you guys, right? Now lean back into your hips. You're gonna get a hip stretch. You're gonna round your spine here. So I'm pushing away from the floor a little bit, and I'm just kind of bobbing into my toes slightly. And then I'm gonna come out of that. I'm gonna exhale down, feel the little stretch behind the feet, and inhale neutral. And again, exhale down. I am tucking that tailbone. The lower back is starting to get a bit more active in posterior curve. And one more time, down a little bit. And then stay in the down, walk your hands in, hands on the quads. Now, if this is too aggressive, be up here. Now that could be aggressive on the toes, or it could just be knees and hips. So what we're going to do is we're going to press up and sit back, but not actually sit. So I'm going to lift and press, and I'm just going to pull my arms back and forth, and I'm just going to push my hips forward and bring it down. Now as you push forward, squeeze those booties a little bit. Get a little bit of a wake up into the glute. So I'm not just coming up loose, I'm squeezing. So there is an activation of the glute, extending the hip socket. And press, because the glute is what does it, the glute and the hamstring. Now hold it here, uncurl your toes, hinge at your hips, hands go back down. Let's go angry cat to cow. Exhale, round it up. Stay in that nice big rounding. Sit back on your heels. Reach your fingers a little farther forward. Feel that stretch for me. And then exhale, come back up into angry. Push out through the tailbone. Go through your neutral. Find your cow. And then find yourself in neutral. Hello. Exhale, round and go right back. Fingertips reach forward. Feel the extra stretch. And then come up nice and tall. And then go through your neutral into your cow, and then find your neutral here. So neutral spine, neutral pelvis. I'm going to turn to the front here. Without big shifts, I just want you to take one hand and touch your shoulder. Feel how the opposite rib to hip have to turn on to keep you connected, like Miss America Sash. Hand goes down, lift the other side. And bring it down. So you don't have to reach that hand. I just want you to remove the hand without any major shifting in your pelvis or kind of rocking forward and backwards. So just those nice little alternating shifts. Now, once those feel good, I want you to reach the arm forward for a handshake and put it down. Forward for a handshake and put it down. So go ahead, continue that little alternating. We're pushing up so we're not sinking in our scapulas. And we're staying nice and strong in the torso. And you'll almost feel this kind of shifting in the lower part of your pelvis as the muscles turn on the opposite side a little more aggressively to stabilize this. So you really take awareness into the sensation of the muscles. Keep your hands down. My knees are slightly closer together than my hands. I'm just going to reach one leg out without lifting it. Extend the knee fully. So if you're here, finish the knee. And then bring it in. Again, without a massive shift, straighten the knee fully and bring it in. So don't even lift it yet. Leave the foot on the ground, find the knee, and then bring it in. So what we tend to do is fire the glute really quickly on this, and we don't often have the knee straight. So on this one, knee is straight, then squeeze the glute to lift the leg. Stay here with the lifted leg, lower, lift. Don't bend that knee. Push away from the floor with power. Let's go 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Now leave that toe touching the floor and take that opposite hand and just cross it over your shoulder and bring it down. So as you lift the leg, you're just going to cross the shoulder and bring it down. Exhale, inhale, push away from the floor with the hand on the ground and stabilize with that opposite knee. Now keep it here and pulse the leg up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand and foot down and sink back. Just kind of roll those wrists, release it out, do whatever you need to do in the wrist line. Take a nice strong inhale, exhale. Roll those shoulders. And then bring yourself back to your 4-point stance. Find it nice and strong. Extend out the opposite leg. Find it straight. So if the knee is slightly bent, extend it. Rib hip nice and strong. Lift it. Lower it. Don't change that straight knee. Push away from the floor. Go 2 more. And then all we're going to do is that opposite arm press. Off. And you're going to cross and down, cross and down. So we just take that arm across as we squeeze the glute and lift the leg. But remember, we haven't bent the knee. That's a very active reaching leg. The hips stay square to the floor. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, inhale. And 1 more. leave it down, push back, bring yourself up into your hips a bit more, give those wrists a little roll. Beautiful. Find a small lateral rotation of knee, hip, ankle, just a little one. Toes are not curled. And then I just want you to think a little thigh stretch here. So we're just going to lean back in our thigh. So I haven't changed my spinal position. I've just leaned back a little bit. I'm going to lean back a little bit and then come forward a little bit. Let's do 2 more. And you can add an intensity to this. Your intensity or resistance would be your small fluffy dog that wants to yank on you as you're going forward and backwards. She won. So lean it back. On this one, lift that heart a little deeper. Bring it back into connection. Pull it forward. Now, if it feels good, you're going to open those arms. Not required. Lengthen back. Lift thoracic and cervical. Open those arms. Those arms are heavy, guys. Arms, chin, torso come back in, and then come forward on your quad. So quads move on their own, knee, then thoracic, cervical, arms, thoracic, cervical, quad. Yes. Hands to the floor, curl the toes, lift, and find your little prancing down dogs. This is our first release in the calf line that we've gotten. Shoulders down and away, and just prance from left to right. Stretch out those toes, guys. Inhale, exhale. Now leave your feet flat. Great in a perfect world. If that's too tight, lift the heels, bend the knees, and sink a little deeper into your chest, trying to get a little bit more stretch in the hamstring and the calf line. If you're okay here, remember the knees can be slightly bent and the heels can be lifted. Poodle wag from left to right. As I poodle wag, I'm going to look to my hip as I pull it around the corner. Inhale, exhale. And then come back to straight. Pull back into your plank. Nice and strong. Now this can be a supported pelvis or neutral. Drop the knees, uncurl the toes, bend the elbows, and let's get the spine going into a little extension. So I'm going to bend my knees, laterally rotate. So I lift my quads, laterally rotate and reach out just gently. And then relax the booty, relax the abs, and just push up into your first floppy. So I always kind of suggest weight to the side of caution, just come up a little bit. I'm not pulling my abs in. I am looking for extension in the spine, which is archy sensation. Bring it down. If that feels good, hands engage. Again, elbows don't go up. If I do elbows up, I'm doing a push-up. Elbows are down so I can sneak my shoulders down and then extend as I come up. It's still a floppy. It's still a relaxed Mackenzie extension. We're not pulling the abs in. We're wiggling that neck. We're just letting the bones have movement without pulling really aggressively into them. And then gently bring that down. Keeping that lateral rotation, bring your arms into 11s. My elbow and my shoulder are in a straight line. So if you're out here, sneak it back. Pull the abs in a little bit, not aggressive so that my pubic bone comes off and I'm kind of planking. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Glutes might squeeze a bit. Imagine you're trying to pull your elbow back towards your ribs, but you can't move because they're anchored on the floor. And then lengthen your torso up a little bit. Retract your shoulders back a little bit. If your head's okay, look straight to the wall. If that's tight on your neckline, look down a bit. Pull the abs in gently and breathe as big as you can here. We're holding for nice, strong breaths. We're just warming up those back extensors. They have a job, right? They're holding us tall. So inhale. Exhale. 2 more. 1 more huge breath, guys. Push your elbows out to the side. Slowly bring that down. Palms, head to the palms. Wiggle that booty from left to right. Continuing with this sensation of wiggling from left to right, we're going to connect it a bit more. Bring your elbows back in place like a plank. Curl your toes underneath, come up to your knees, and then come up to your hands. Nice and strong, pull forward, move back. So right now I've got my toes engaged and curled under, but I'm on my knees. And I'm just getting my shoulder movement warmed up a little bit more. before I put more weight load into it. So if this is working for me, as I pounce back, I'm going to bring my knees an inch off, and now I'm going into my full pouncing cat. Reach forward, move back. Now, if this is working for you, as you pounce forward, remove one leg, straighten it fully, and come over top of those hands, and then pounce back. So when you pounce back, the foot goes down. We're going forward and down. You can do this on the knees. Press and down. Press and down. Let's go for 2 more. And 1. Now hold yourself in your plank. Take your hips off to one side. So my toes are going to rotate. I'm going to drop my hips down a little bit and then spiral back and then drop the hips. So there's this little poodle leg going, somewhat, of your pelvis moving from left to right, getting a little bit of oblique wake up. 1 more. Find yourself in center. Pot that down dog a little bit. Bring your feet in a little tighter, and let's walk the hands to the feet. In 4, 3, all the way in on 2 and 1. Bend the knees if you need to. Look through your legs and dangle. Big breath. And then fully bend. Roll to the top. Big rotation. Lift open. Hands down center heart. And let's go ahead and find ourselves at the front of the mat. So I've got a lateral rotation of my ankles, and I'm at the or my hips. I'm at the very front of my mat. I'm going to squat down nice and low, and I'm just going to play here for a moment. You guys know this one well. Just give a little bit of movement left and right. Inhale, exhale as you open up those hips. Breathe as you spiral open. And then find yourself nice and strong. We're going to roll back and then sit up on our booty so that we get that nice rounded spine. So roll back and up on the booty. So we're going to come back to rolling like a ball, but we're just going to get that back line stretched out a bit more. So diamond roll back, hands underneath the knees. Sneak your shoulders into your back pocket. Sit nice and tall. Take an inhale and scoop off your sits bones. Hollow out your abdomen. Watch it and dive your chin into your chest. It's soft. And then come around the corner, grab around your ankles or higher, depends on the length of your arms, and just wiggle from left to right. Try and get your lumbar spine and sacrum vertical to the earth as you round through your thoracic. Really big inhales, exhales, and then stack to tall. Let's go again. Scoop, so you're going off the sit bone. Come around the corner, give a little pull here, rock it back and forth. Now we're going to stay here. Chances are you've got to bring your feet in closer to, your heels closer to your pubic bone. Dive through your legs, flex your feet quite strong, and grab your foot. Now, if you've got really, really tight hips or short arms, all those are going to make a difference being able to do this. Don't stress it. We're just looking for that nice breath here. Inhale and exhale. Imagine I'm pulling your hips to the back of the room, and you're pulling your rounded spine forward. So thoracic and cervical are in flexion, lumbar is vertical to the earth. And then stack to tall. Stretch those legs out in a lateral rotation, sit tall. Take an inhale. I'm going to scoop off my sits bones, kind of scooping back, and then I'm going to drag my feet in, grab into rolling like a ball position, but I'm not staying here. I'm going to reach it out and lengthen tall. Now, if you have a hard time lengthening tall, fingers behind you and just kind of assist the tall. If you're okay, up here, opening that heart. Make sure it's not just your head. I am thinking lengthen. That's actually a hard position with legs straight. And now I'm going to scoop, roll off my sits bones, drag that in, grab myself in that rounded, rolling like a ball position, and then slowly, equally, push those legs out as equal as you can get them, and either hands down or lifting heart tall. 1 more time. Scoop, exhale. Pull that in, grab around. So the distance here between my heels and my bum and my knees and my shoulders is maintained the same. And by increasing the crunch of my abs, I'm going to roll like a ball for 5. I'm going to roll back and then freeze, find your balance. Notice if you went crooked, I did, which means I got to pull stronger on the opposite direction my body turned. More awareness. Inhale back. Exhale up. Don't throw your head back. Chin stays gently tucked in. And I should be able to look through my little diamond at the sky and then freeze. One more time. Up. And then reach those legs out actively. Grab that strap. Just bring it closer to you. Put your heels in the corner of your mat as you send your hips back. So make sure you're equal on both sides right at the end, because that's a nice feedback tool. Now, if sitting tall is difficult, up the butt on that pad, right? You're sitting on the pad. Grab your strap. We don't want to pull it for elasticity. We want it to be nice and still. We want us to be quite wide open. And our shoulders, take your pinky, pull it down slightly so you downwardly rotate the shoulders. So my palms aren't necessarily up, but I definitely have more pressure, kind of thinking pinky finger. And then I'm going to do my spine twist. Inhale, rotate. Keep a little pressure on that band. Inhale, rotate a bit more. Now look at your legs. Did the leg of the side you're turning to get shorter? That's your pelvis moving. Pull the opposite oblique to not move your pelvis. Inhale, give me a little bit more. Look to the back hand, a little cervical rotation. Back to center. Grow tall. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Inhale, rotate. Look to the back hand. Exhale, center. One last time. Rotate. Shift your shoulders right here, guys. Down. Right? So see how my shoulders are up, rounded? Down and back. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. Beautiful. Relax that down. Roll those shoulders. So we're just going to do for 2 saws here. So out again without your band. Rotate. Rotate your backhand. So my thumbs are up. Backhand down. That movement actually is really important between ulna and radius. Now I poked you in the ribs, lumbar vertical to the earth. Saw off your leg somewhere. Saw it off. So it's not a hamstring stretch. It's a lower back movement with flexion of thoracic and cervical. Inhale, stack to tall. Rotate that palm by reaching it back into position. Bring it to center. Inhale, rotate. Thumb goes down. Exhale, saw. Inhale, tall. Exhale, center. One more time each way. Rotate. Thumb goes down. Saw. Stack. Center. Last time. Rotate. Thumb goes down. Exhale, saw. Inhale, stack. Exhale, center. Relax that off. Bend your heels in towards your bum. Grab behind your knees. And just roll down and stay down. Roll down and stay. Let your feet go down. Let your head go down. If you need a headrest, go ahead and place it here. Traditional toe taps, guys. So nice, strong inhale to prepare. Find yourself either in neutral or slightly supported. Traditionally, we teach this slightly supported, so your back feels very strong. Knee fold one leg, knee fold the other. You have a glass of wine on your shins. Keep it tabletop. Don't drop it. Brick wall in front of your quads. Arm option. I'm reaching to the sky. A little harder, I reach above my head. Watch for the rib popping. And shoulders down into your back pockets. And then touch one foot down. Bring it up slowly. Exhale down. Inhale up. Now as you're doing this, notice how the leg that is staying still kind of wants to come in closer to your thigh. It kind of wants to tuck in. Try and keep it like a brick wall so that there's pressure there, so that you feel yourself actually loading. Otherwise, you're counterbalancing your movement. Now, if this is still working, flex the foot and stretch that leg out. If you can touch the heel gently without losing rib hip, go ahead. And again, my arms are over my head, but I am kind of have some tension. I'm not just holding them lazy with my band loose. I'm holding a little tension into my band so that my shoulders are actually active here. So not just hanging out over your head. Now, if this is still working, you could scissor. Lower, lift. There's no movement between your ribs and your hips. It's slow and purposeful. Let's go 2 more. Upper torso's holding an isometric. It's holding still. Last one. Bring it up. Bend the knees to 90. Bring the arms to greet the knees. So it's coming down. So now I'm going to toe tap. We're going to go down in 3. Double leg. 3, 2. Now, if single leg was challenging, please stay with single. And then bring it up. 2, 3. Again, no movement through your pelvis or your lower back. 1, 2, 3, ribs connect and up. When your toes touch, are they touching at the same time? If not, focus on really trying to get them to touch at the same time. If that's still working, the legs go straight. You guys know this one well. 4, 3, 2, maybe they touch, maybe they don't. In 2. So my right leg is touching way faster than my left. Really focus on that, trying to be as symmetrical as you can. If this is still working, you could do, speak Fiona, lower lift with legs straight. 4, 3, 2, last one, up, 2, 3, and release. Just place that strap above your head and give me some windshield washers. Let those hips have a little release. Inhale, exhale as you go. Your pelvis can lift here, right? So I'm getting a hip flexor stretch, but I'm also rotating open enough that my pelvis is getting an extra little stretch as well. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Bring your feet back into neutral position. And I just want you to knee fold. We're going to go into hundreds. I'll give you lots of options. I'll start simple or easier-ish. If you're wanting harder right off get-go, you're rolling up, the legs are kicking out, right? I'm going to start with the head down. So I'm going to find myself in supported pelvis, knee fold one leg, knee fold the other, and then just reach the arms actively. Now, if I'm feeling good, and that's where I could do my hundreds. If I'm feeling good, I'm going to roll up. If I'm still okay, I'm going to reach those legs out. And I'm going to go inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 20. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 30. Pull those abs in nice and strong. 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 40. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 50. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 70. Inhale, 2. Notice if you're falling back. Exhale, 2, 3. Roll it up. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3. You have one left. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 100. Pull those legs in. Release them down. Small little windshield washer. We're going to open up the hips with tabletop. So little windshield washer. And then knee fold one, knee fold the other. Use your legs to assist your roll up. Beautiful. Bring your feet in closer towards your tush. Your fingers point to your booty. Now, if this is super tight, your hands can point to the side. They're not pushing back here, jamming out on the elbow joint. From here, I'm going to press into my feet, turn on my glutes and hams, and squeeze. Now, if my knees are way over the toes, I want to kind of line them up. Get a good squeeze, look down, pull your abs in, and then let your tush just gently touch, but don't rest it. And then exhale and lift. Inhale and down. Now, as you're doing this, keep a little bit of inner thigh connection. So as we lift, we tend to kind of let our legs go out to the side. Keep those inner thighs just flirting a bit. They're not together, but they're tracking straight out from your hip socket in parallel versus going into lateral. Now go ahead and hold that lift. Holding 5. We're warming up the hamstrings, but we're getting a good stretch in the shoulders. Last 3, 2, 1, bring that down, and we are going to do wild thing here. So one hand comes through to the leg, this hand goes back farther, but now it spins away. So my fingertips are pointing away. I'm going to pull my tail, and I'm going to lift, pushing into both legs. I'm going to push with my glutes and hams, and I'm going to reach that up. Yes, and inhale. As you come down, it's one butt cheek, but in the long run, I want both butt cheeks down. Yep. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. So rotate yourself right back to the beginning position. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. One more time. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Now, if that arm and shoulder are getting tight here, go down to your elbow, because we're going to go into a side plank to hold. So if you need elbow, go to elbow, please. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift up just a little. Just a little. If I know I want to go from the knees, I'm going to rotate and put my knee down. If I'm going from the foot, I extend the leg out. I'm going to rotate my hips forward. My weight is right over top of my wrist. Maybe I need to leave the back leg down. Maybe that top leg can join. Maybe the arm can reach. Maybe the leg can reach. Imagine my hand underneath your waistline. and pull it up so that you're supporting that whole line on the bottom side. Holding 5, 4, woof, I'm wobbly, 3, 2, 1. Put that foot down and bring your booty down so you can find a little bit of mermaid position. Drop and lift from the hip. Get that movement through our hips. We didn't do a lot of standing lungey type work today, so we just want a little bit of movement through that hip here. Drop it down, lift it up. Now if that's feeling good, you know where this is gonna go, right? I'm gonna lift it bigger. Still feeling good, I'm gonna reach, maybe I'm gonna hold, excuse me, and bring it down, and then hold, and bring it down. You're gonna do one more, and hold, and bring it down. Take your hand beside you and bring your knees up. From here, this arm is going to go out, and we're going to go right into the side leg lift series on the side here. So if you can see my bottom leg, it's not parallel, it's externally rotated, it's laterally rotated. Now if this is hard on the knee, lie down. And it's just side leg lift series, but it's a kneeling, it's harder in kneeling. Lift lower, because there's a stability issue. So the movement is small. We're going to lift and lower. See if you can take your vision forward. If you put your middle finger and your thumb on ASIS, you wouldn't feel your ribs dropping up and down. They're staying strong. Lift, lower. Go 3 and 2. Now keep that leg reaching right out from your hip socket and give me circles. This is kneeling side leg lift series. Go 3, 2, lots of shoulder stability. Pull down with your pinky finger and then go the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, reach the leg long, hold it, 5, 4, should feel that side butt, 3, 2, 1, and back down into that mermaid position. Take the back leg, swing it around, and let's just stretch out that hip. So if it can pull all the way around, wonderful. Mine's not going even close to that today. If it feels good for you, go ahead. If you can drop that hip, do so, and just breathe into it. Breathe into that little stretch. If it feels good to add the elbow and rotate, go ahead. Inhale, exhale. Don't use my positioning as an example today. My hip's not in a happy place. I'd love this bone here to be down. I'd love that leg to be crossed a bit more. And I'd love to see more rotation if you've got it. So go there if you've got it. Beautiful. Unspiral that whole thing. We have wild thing on the other side. That whole sequence, other side, yes? So the hand is farther back. Remember, you are going to step out into the plank position, so have some room at the end of your mat. We're going to pull that tail, and we're going to lift to find our wild thing. Nice big breath here. And inhale to bring it down. Get both sits bones down. Exhale, squeeze and lift. And bring it down. Let's go 3 more. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Feel that opener through the hips. Get that activation in your glutes. And 2 more. And 1 last full one, and then we only go part way up, right? Lift big, and then bring it down. Now, if you know you're going to the elbow, now's time. All right, otherwise, I'm going to come up just a little. If I know I'm going elbow and knee, the knee's going down, and I can go hand and knee. See this big angle? This isn't great. I'd want my elbow, or sorry, my shoulder more underneath my wrist. Okay? From there, if it feels good, it's the step out. Maybe both legs connected, maybe the arm up. Imagine my hand underneath your waistline, pulling you up so you're not in lateral flexion at all. And then lift that leg for 5, breathe it, 4, 3, pull your shoulder away from your ear, 2, and then slowly let that come down controlled into your mermaid. Let that hip have a little bit of mobility. Inhale, exhale as you go. Lift and lower. As soon as this feels good, you can add that stretch up and bring it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. One more time. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. This time, hold the lift if it feels okay. Holding for 5, 4, shoulder drawn down, 3, 2, bring that down. and we're going into either lying down side leg lift series or hands down, move your legs so they're in that lateral rotation, and then the hand is going out. So this leg you're leaning on is lined up with your hand, and then there's a tendency to lean back, laterally rotate and stay up on the hip. Lift and lower when you're ready. Lift, lower. Open your chest. If you put middle finger on ASI's, thumbs on ribs, there would be no lateral flexion. Watch you're not leaning out this way. See, I'm leaning or sinking back. You're making a nice rectangle-ish between your hip and your arm. Lift and lower. Now go ahead and circle. Nice big circles. If this is jumping into your hip or your knee, you can do it lying down. Let's go 3, no movement, rib and hip, 2, 1, other direction, 5, 4, zipper it up, 3, 2. Now hold that leg reaching, holding for 5. Should feel the side glute here. 4, 3, 2, and come down gently into your mermaid again, but take this leg, cross it over, see where this side will go. So again, ideally, heel down, butt down, not happening in my body. Remember, that's okay. Don't force what is not happening, right? It's not about going so deep into a stretch that stretch reflex or fight flight turns on, because then your body just goes into protection mode. So find where you're feeling a kind of a passive, gentle stretch where the muscles just release out a little bit. Don't look for, gotta get in there. It's not a go hard or go home concept when stretching. And then if you're okay with it, give me that little bit of rotation. Try and sit nice and tall, rotate it out. Nice inhales, exhales. And then gently bring yourself out, unspiral the feet. We're actually going to go back into our laying down position. Grab the legs, roll it down. So it's been a little while since we've done roll overs. I'm going to start with hip lift, toe tap as your first option. So if you've got neck issues or upper back issues, you may not, or herniations in the lower back, you may not like the deepness of this flexion. Just do the little baby hip lift with the toe tap. So either way, it's a slightly supported pelvis. Knee fold one, knee fold the other. If you know roll over, go right into it, please. Otherwise, I'm going to cross one leg over the other. My legs are open. My heels aren't dropped. They're slightly lifted. My arms are engaged. I'm going to lift up a little bit, lower down, uncross, gentle toe tap. Cross the other leg on top. Hip lift, uncross, toe tap. Right? So it's crossing opposite side each time with a little hip lift. You will bear down into your elbows as you press up. Now, if that's in your practice and you want to go into the long spine, or roll over, legs reach out, inhale up, exhale, over you go. You might decide you want to stay here in the over for a little mini stretch. Again, herniations in the lower back, issues in the cervical neck area or upper shoulders, this is not your friend. And then slowly bring it down. So don't force yourself to do it. Lengthen the legs away. If the articulation felt good, see if you can reach your hands over your head on the way down. Really feeling the control of the articulation in the down. If that felt good and it's controlled, see if you can keep the hands over your head on the roll up, and then peel it down vertebrae by vertebrae. One more time in whatever variation you chose. Exhale over, and then slowly bringing it down. Fold those legs, let them lie down, and give yourself some little knee sways. Inhale, exhale for me. You're going to roll over onto your bellies, and we're going to go to some extension. I'm going to roll up so that I can see the camera a bit better. And we're going to come onto our bellies. Have your band with you. Have your strap with you. So find yourself gently with your forehead to your hands. Give some little wiggles just to decompress here initially. My legs are laterally rotated. Try and find the corners of your mat so you know that you're somewhat in the middle of your mat. And just let that wiggle, let everything release off a bit. From there, let's do a couple floppies again. So that was just a huge flexion. And we just need to kind of reset the spine so it's ready to activate in a little bit of extension. So loose belly, loose butt, only coming as high as you feel comfortable. Remember, it's not a push-up. I'm not staying powerful. I'm trying to extend the spine. Feel that movement. Yes. And I just noticed my head is like chucked backwards. Don't chuck your head back. And then gently come down. So we're going to do swan a little more active. Bend the knees, the heels come into the tush. Put your heels together, your toes apart. We're going to first do what we call heel squeezes. Often we do this with a ball or a circle between. We're just pushing the heels together. I have a lateral rotation. My head is resting in my hands. My shoulders are gently drawn down. Belly buttons are now pulled in strong. I'm try and lift my quad slightly off the floor and then lower it. So you squeeze the glutes and the hamstrings. The lower back extensor muscles go, wow, I gotta work. And then lower. Don't let your tummy go. With my head resting, I do not get the extension heavier workload in my neck and shoulder, scapula, thoracic extensors. If I want that, I'm going to keep my head lifted and then continue the up and down of the lower body. If I'm having it and it's working, I bring my hands to the side of my body and then I hold them hovering off. So now I'm hovering everything. Everything's hovering but the midsection of my body, my ribs to my pubic bone. And down. Let's go for 4 more. You don't have to lift and lower your upper torso. You're holding an isometric. Harder, reach the arms out to the side of your body. But again, think more pressure into your pinky so your lats are pulling down into your back pockets. This one's a tough one. Now, if you're okay, stay in the lifted. If that's challenging, please stay there. Otherwise, straighten those legs fully. So I'm kind of in this star. My abs are pulled in. Maybe I can lift my thoracic a little higher, get a little extension happening. Holding 5, 4, straighten those legs, reach those legs. 3, 2, 1, push back into your child's pose. If the body doesn't need a recovery of child's pose, sit nice and tall. If you just want to lie there flat on your belly, that is good too. Inhale, exhale. Release that out. Extension's always tough. We just don't tend to be as strong in extension unless we've done a sport that really focuses on extension. We just tend to be a little weaker in that. We're going to do our swan, come back forward, and we're going to go to swan dive 3, which has us lift and lower a bit through the upper and the lower. So shoulders down to back pockets, legs laterally rotated to the corner of your mats. Push your marble with your nose. Lengthen to where you feel you're pulling the abs in gently, yet you're still allowing extension to occur. If you push too high, your pubic bone lifts and you miss the extension. And then gently bring that down with control, just to part way down if you can. If you need to come all the way, please do. So I'm going to lengthen into my swan, shoulders into my back pockets, more pressure, ring finger, baby finger, and lengthen it down. Glider 2. Look one direction, opposite heel to the tush in theory. Watch you don't totally rotate. And gently come down. And one more time, press opposite heel to tush. And gently come down. So we're going to do 4 more. We're going to lengthen the upper torso up. When we come down, we're only coming to elbows. As I start to lower, I'm going to squeeze one ass cheek. I'm going to straighten that knee, and it's going to lift. I'm only coming to elbows down. So I have extension in the upper and the lower. And I lengthen up again. So in this one, we really don't leave extension. And lengthen. We don't come down to neutral. We stay lengthened in the upper thoracic and cervical, and then we add an extra little glute squeeze and lift of the lower leg. When you lift, by all means, push into the leg that's staying on the ground. It's a gentle stabilizer. One more time, swan dive 3. Lengthen up and gently come all the way down. Push back into your child's pose. Or sitting tall, or lie on your belly, wiggle it out. Inhale, exhale, whatever feels good for you. One last little extension. We're going to go into our double leg kick. So we're going to use the band. If you have the flexibility to interlace the hands, lie them in the small of your back and let your shoulders relax so that your elbows kind of come to the side of your body. So you can test it here. If I can interlace and that my shoulders allows it and I can lie my elbows long, but then I can reach my arms, keep them attached and extend, I'm good to use my hands interlace. So I just want you to try this, and you can be up on the knees if you need to. So be on your knees first. We're not down there yet, Denise. Try it here first. So I'm interlacing in my back. I'm letting my elbows flop. Let them flop, right? So I'm in neutral, lying on the ground, sort of. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my hands down my body, rotate my shoulders open, and then I'm going to lift my thoracic, not just the neck, the thoracic. And then I'm going to pull it all back. And as I pull it back, I turn my cheek. And then I'm going to lengthen up and then turn the cheek the other way. So if that's like, yeah, got it, my shoulders like that, good to go. If the shoulders are kind of ripping apart on the lengthening part, use the band so you can get more movement. Don't be stuck on hands interlaced, okay? So from there, let's go ahead and come down to the belly. Even if you can use your hands, I do want you to have the strap in the small of your back because we're going to go to a movement that you need the strap there. So turn your cheek now fully. Now that we're against the floor, that turn of the cheek, if you have tight neck, it's actually going to be quite difficult, so careful. Interlace the hands or grab your, I got to move this microphone. Grab your strap. In this relaxed upper torso position, you're going to pull the abs in gently. You're going to flex your feet and kick your butt for 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, point the toes away, reach the arms, and just like you practice, extend, but now we're also extending the glute, the hamstring, and lengthening. Turn the cheek, palm comes in, shoulders relax. 1, 2, 3. Inhale the 3 kicks. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale. Remember, you can use your strap here, guys. Watch you're not looking up with your neck. We're long. And again, last one. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Hold the exhale here. If you've got the strap in your hand, wonderful. If you don't, grab it now so your shoulders are wider. Put your feet down, but don't let the knees then relax. Keep them active and lower lift from the shoulders. So I'm looking for a deep shoulder extension. This is actually quite difficult. If the chest is tight, if abs are tight, if hip flexors are tight, this is a difficult movement. If you're okay, lower lift the legs, the knee is straight, the glute is awake at the same time. Exhale up, inhale down. Let's go for 4. Squeeze that butt cheek, straighten those legs. 3, reach those arms actively down towards your legs in 3, 2, and then we're going to just hold that height for 5. Maybe you can lift your thoracic a bit more. 4, lift from your sternum bone. 3, straighten those legs. 2, and release. That is a tough set of extensors today. Push back to where you feel comfortable for your recovery. I'm going to widen my knees and drop my head down to the center. Inhale, exhale as I get a little bit of movement from left to right. We're going to go deeper into some shoulder stretches today. So go ahead and I'm just going to slide this mic on. Give me a down dog. Wiggle a little bit in your body. Open it up. Stretch the back line. So hamstrings just worked really hard there. Glute and hams. And the calves, if you were really pointing the toes, your calf does that. Whether you're actually standing on the ground or just pointing free without weight load, it's still activating the calf line. Soleus gastoc, right? Paddle that out. And then widen your foot stance and walk your hands back to your feet. Grab your strap on the way. 3, 2, 1. Ragdoll, supported or unsupported, up to you. I like supported. Look through your legs, let your head dangle. Really big breath here. And then slowly articulate all the way up. Roll those shoulders. We did quite a bit quietly in 4-point stances and up on the shoulders, so we're going to stretch those. Take that band and just throw it over one shoulder. There's lots of band dangling, and there's lots strap band, whatever you're using. This one, less elasticity is far better. What I'm going to do is hold this hand on the band, right? Same hand as shoulder. Take this hand as far up my back as I can to grab that band. Then I'm going to look for a little internal rotation. So I'm going to tuck that elbow back, pull up on this hand so that shoulder tucks back a bit. Now we'll tend to run away by laterally flexing. Try and stay tall. And once you have that, pull that nice and strong and just hang out here for a moment. Just feeling that shoulder come up towards your middle of your back. And then turn your ear to your shoulder opposite side of strap. Quite a big stretch going there. Couple inhales, exhales. One more. Bring the head back to neutral. Turn to that. Sniff your armpit. And then drop your chin a little deeper. Nice little breath there. And then gently come out. Keeping this same concept of one hand, one arm. Reach this arm, so I've loosened off my back hand. Reach this arm actively. Now keep it up here. Now if that movement's difficult, you're going to have to keep it slightly farther forward. Take your elbow, bend it into the small of your back, let it drop. Take that same hand that you just worked on that internal rotation, grab the band as high up as you can, and now give it a little pull so you're getting that nasty tricep. Watch you haven't gone into a big arch. From this position, go ahead and push your head back into your arm. Woo, there it is. Now give me a lateral flexion to the bottom arm position. Gently turn your cheek to look to the floor. Take your hips, push them to the same side the spine is leaning to. One more big stretch, big breath. Actively come out with control and just leave that band. Big circles, big circles. So the band side, that arm is circling. Couple going forward, couple going back, wiggle it around, then just simply move that band to the other side. Move the band to the other side. Hold it gently, have tail, and then take this hand, grab it as high as you can on that band. From there, tuck that elbow in as deep as you can. You might have to laterally flex to get it there, and then you can straighten the body out. Then I'm going to take this top arm, I'm going to actively pull on it, pulling my hand higher, causing more internal rotation of my shoulder, and then I'm going to pull that band over. Yes. And then ear to the side. Breathe into it. And then turn the nose down. Couple breaths. Maybe you can sneak that elbow a little higher up your back. Gently come out. Relax off the band. Take this hand up. Tuck that elbow behind your head. Take the band. Pull it down. Try and again tuck that elbow as far as you can. You might laterally flex initially to get the elbow behind, but then I need you to come to straight. Beautiful. Once you're in straight, the tendency is to throw the head forward. Push the head back a little bit so you're more neutral. If it feels good, you could extend. Neutral is perfect. And then I'm going to laterally flex the banded side and then peek down. Nope, sorry, it was the other way. No, it was that side. And then peek down. Couple good breaths there. Push the hips out to the side. Couple little inhales, exhales for me, you guys. And then slowly come out of that and go ahead and allow that shoulder to have some nice little rolls. Woo. She's a little tight. Go ahead and just throw that band down, and I just want you to do an alternating little sway. Let the arms go. Just let them sway, little knee bob, and then maybe to the front and back, to the front and back. Don't be shy about a little lift of the heart. Don't jam it, but a little controlled lift of the heart. If it feels good, you could do a swing down. Swing down. Now, if I'm adding the swing down, I'm slowing it down. Just one more time for me. Circle the arms wide to the side, float them down, roll those shoulders. One last breath up, you guys. Nice strong inhale, lift that heart. Exhale, hands down, center heart. And we